Hello and hi, welcome to Yedidia Shofet.net, and of course, welcome to Parsha of the week, Parshat Balak. So in this week's Parsha, the biggest curses turn into the biggest blessings. How does this happen? Well, it all started off from a fellow by the name of Balak. He was the king, a king who was very wicked, who at all costs wanted to cause one thing, and that was the annihilation of the Jewish people. So what did he do? He sent out a fellow by the name of Bilam, the sorcerer, the missionary, the assassin. And when he sent him out to do his bidding, what happened? There was a great miracle, where that entire curse turned into a huge blessing, a big beracha. So, in between these two timelines, there was something else that happened. And that was a whole situation where the sorcerer, Bilam, he was going with his donkey, and he bumped into one of God's angels. And this whole situation has a lot of things to learn. However, there's one thing that really stands out, and that is when Bilam, the sorcerer, where he walked into the territory in which the angel was standing, it took him a while to realize that he was there. And when he finally did, Bilam, he looks at the angel and says, "Chatati kilo yadati." I've sinned because I did not know. What does that mean, what he said? I have sinned because I did not know. If you don't know what's going on, you just claim ignorance. How could you have sinned? So, there's a very interesting story by Reb Chaim of Sanz, where all the rabbis from all the villages would go to this Reb Chaim of Sanz, and they would ask him for his advice. So one time, a rabbi came from a certain village to Reb Chaim, and before he opened up his mouth, Reb Chaim asked him, "Listen, there's a fellow in your village. Is he okay now?" So the rabbi says, "What do you mean, is he okay now?" So Reb Chaim, he started to get a little bit suspicious. He asked the rabbi, "You mean you don't know about his situation?" The rabbi had no idea what he's talking about. Reb Chaim says, "How could you? How could he do something like that? You were the rabbi of the town. You have all these people that their responsibilities in your hands. How could you not know?" In this week's Torah portion, this rabbi was telling him, in this week's Torah portion, it shows how ignorance is a sin, how it's an avirah, it's a blunder. Why? Because when Bilam, when he said, the sorcerer, when he said that, "Look, I have sinned because I did not know," what was he saying? He's saying that I cannot claim ignorance. I cannot say that, look, that I didn't know, I had a chance to find out. I had a chance to know. Where you have your due diligence as a rabbi, as a Jew, where your fellow is in pain and suffering, and he needs a helping hand, a tzedakah, or something else, a shoulder to cry on even. You weren't there. And that is the idea of what it means by chatati kilo yadati. For all of us, when the pasuk, when the verse says, "I've sinned for I did not know," it's showing us you can never leave anything in the hands of ignorance, because it will never go well. It will end up in suffering. All of us, we tend to turn to the side when something happens. Can you claim ignorance then? No, you can never claim that. When people in the synagogue, when they start saying that something is going on with somebody, all we want to do is hear the meaty and juicy parts about why did this go wrong, why did that go wrong in this family, what happened. But when it comes for that hand to help, what happens? We claim ignorance. I did not know. Right from this Parsha, right from this Torah portion, it's showing us that's impossible. It's impossible to claim yourself as to be ignorant. There's no such thing as ignorance is bliss. It is for us to actually go and do our due diligence. It's our responsibility in order to take upon ourselves to find out who needs help. How can we help? We have to take that stand. We have to take that leap in order to do this beautiful thing of finding out and giving all you got. That is the idea of what this Torah portion, this little in-between, these little words of chatati kilo yadati is showing us. It's showing us that yes, you can make a difference. Don't say that I'm insignificant because I am ignorant. It's impossible. You're not ignorant. You're not on a not need to know basis. We are all in the ability to need to know when it comes, when you can help. And I want to wish everyone a beautiful Shabbat, because I know that all of you are going to help each other. You're all going to help each other by the Shabbat table. You're going to uplift everyone's spirit. And that itself is a beautiful mitzvah of its own. Shabbat Shalom, and say hi to everyone in your families from me.